everyone. My name is Nanami Yuasa. These are my co-presenter, Kazuho Fujiwara and Nanami Umehara. Thank you for coming today. This evening, you will learn more about Japanese agriculture.
We'd like to talk about Japanese agriculture. I'll explain about Japanese vegetable, and then my partner, Nanami Yuasa, will explain about Japanese fruit. Finally, Nanami Umehara will tell you about Japanese rice. Let me begin. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kazuho. My topic is Japanese vegetables. There is a great number of vegetables in Japan. Japanese vegetables are traditional and high quality, but they needed a long time to reach so far. I'd like to talk about history of Japanese vegetable, tradition, and an annual event related to vegetables. First of all, I'll tell you about history. The number of original vegetables in Japan are much less. At first, there were only 20 varieties. All Japanese original vegetables are mostly wild edible plants such as wasabi, Japanese parsley, and yam. Almost all of Japanese vegetables came from other countries as an introduced species. Where did Japanese vegetables come from? Mostly, Japanese vegetables came from China when cultural exchanges between Japan and China was active. After that, Japanese government worked very hard to introduce vegetables from Europe. Tons of vegetables were introduced into Japan over a long time. Now, the United States has 100 varieties of vegetables. France has 130 varieties of vegetables. Can you guess how many vegetables are in Japan now? Now, Japanese vegetable increase from 20 varieties to 150 varieties. The type of vegetable in Japan stand out. Let's move on to the next topic, tradition. After many vegetables came to Japan, a lot of traditional vegetables appeared. Many communities have promoted their own brand of specialties vegetable. The local branded vegetables have become national trend. The example is Kyoto vegetables. Kyoto developed a unique vegetable culture. It is known as Kyōyasai in Japanese. Kyoto vegetable has unique shapes and colors. It has also deep flavor and high nutrients. To be organized as the Kyoto vegetable requires a few definitions. First, it must be possible to take seeds. Second, it must have been brought up for many years. Third, it must be cultivated in Kyoto. Now, there are 40 varieties of Kyoto vegetable. Some examples are kamonasu, its eggplant, shishigata ni kabocha, its pumpkin, shogoin daikon, its white radish. Do you know this mark? It is a Kyoto brand product mark. The K in the Kyoto initial are symbols. These three circles express forestry, fisheries, agriculture. These three lines shows the earth, the sun, water. If you find vegetables with this mark, the vegetables are very high quality. Kyoto vegetable certainly qualified as the fattest vegetable in Japan. Next, I'd like to talk about an annual event related to vegetable. Japan introduced not only vegetables, but also a custom. The custom is called Nanakusagayu in Japanese. The custom is to eat rice gruel containing the 7 spring herbs on the 7th day of every new year. These 7 spring herbs are very good for the health. The custom came from the belief that by eating rice porridge would drive off evil and protect from various illnesses. So, by eating this rice porridge, you can hope for good health for years to come. The effort of Japanese gave rise to foundation of Japanese vegetable. Japanese vegetables will continue to develop in the future. Thank you for listening. Next, Nanami Yuasa will tell you about Japanese fruit.
Thank you, Kazuho. Good evening. My name is Nanami Yuasa. My topic is Japanese fruits. My parents work at fruits market, so I chose this topic. Long times ago, fruits was eaten by people in all over countries, such as America, Europe, China, Japan, and so on. People are always surrounded by fruits, but it's not same fruits. Every country has different fruits, different way and skill to grow fruits. Today, I would like to talk about traditional fruits from a small island. I will tell you about fruits evolution, the key to growing high-quality fruits, and the secret traditional fruits. First, I'll begin with fruits evolution. Japanese skill of interbreeding is very high. Japanese farmers trying to make interbreeding. What fruit is this? It looks like apple, but it is pears. Recently, Japanese farmers made new interbreeding pears. These names are Natsuhime and Shinkansen. Their parents' pair is Nijuseiki and Chikusui. Nijuseiki and Natsuhime has similar taste. Chikusui and Shinkansen has similar taste. Natsuhime and Shinkansen has different texture, and every pair has different flavor. And also, Japan has amazing grapes. The name is New Peony. New Peony doesn't have seeds. Recently, Japanese people don't eat as much fruits as they did, because to pare fruits and to remove seeds are troublesome. So Japanese farmers made these grapes. And New Peony is also tastes good, and it is not so difficult for people to eat. Japanese farmers hope people will eat more fruits, so they may keep making new interbreeding fruits. And the shape of fruits is also important to Japanese people because Japanese character is neat. Japanese people like fruits with beautiful shapes, such as symmetric and perfectly round, like this. And every size is equal, like this. If Japanese farmer can make fruits with beautiful shapes, Japanese people want to buy fruits more, so the shape of fruits is very important to sell fruits. Next, let's turn to the key to growing high-quality fruits. It is the highest cost of Japanese fruits ever. As you can see, it's very expensive. Why Japanese fruits is so expensive? One of the reasons is Japanese farmers using greenhouses because Japan doesn't have huge land, so they have to use greenhouses to grow a lot of fruits. And greenhouses can protect the fruits from wind, rain, and harmful insects. And recently, Japanese farmers growing foreign fruits, for example, mango, banana, and passion fruits, and so on. Japan is not so humid as Japan is not as humid as and warm as tropical countries, so they need to use greenhouses to keep temperature for fruits. And another reason is when they pick fruits and when they wrap fruits in paper, they use their hand like this. And this paper can protect the fruits from wind, rain, insects, and too much sunshine. Too much sunshine makes hard skin of fruits, so they use these papers. As a result, Japanese fruits are sold at a premium. Finally, I would like to talk about the secret traditional fruits. Japan has original fruits. Two of them are wanashi and mikan. Some American people call wanashi Asian pear. In America, the pear of shape is like snowman, but in Japan, pear is this shape perfectly round. And this shape's pear is rare in Japan. And some American people call mikan satsuma or mandarin orange. Mikan is like an orange, but mikan has soft skin and taste is better than orange. Recently, because of using greenhouses, we can eat mikan every day and every season. Have you ever heard Hoshi-gaki? Have you ever heard persimmon? Hoshi means dry, and gaki means persimmon. Persimmon has high nutrition, but dry persimmon has more nutrition than usual persimmon. Especially vitamin A in Hoshi-gaki is about double. And we eat Hoshi-gaki on New Year's Day with mochi. Mochi is kind of rice which is pounded. And this is Hoshi-gaki and this is mochi. And Hoshi-gaki is one of the traditional fruits in Japan. So if you have a chance, please try it. Japan is a small island, but Japan has high quality skill of interbreeding and unique way to grow fruits and traditional fruits with high nutrition. I want to tell people about Japanese fruits, and I hope people will like Japanese fruits more. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to introduce about Nanami Umehara. Her topic is Japanese rice.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Nanami Umehara. As introduced, I will talk about culture of rice. Rice is the main staple of Japanese. There are various uses of rice in Japanese traditional menu. For example, rice bowl, pounded rice, porridge, lunchbox, bento, and sushi. Why and how did rice become the main staple of our country? I will show you the history of rice divided into the three periods. The introduction of rice farming, modernization 1, the peak of rice farming, and last, modernization 2, the rice problem. Let's move on to the first period, the introduction of rice farming. Rice came to Japan from China in 300 BC. Japanese people soon realized the high potential of rice, which is nutritious, abundant, and can be highly preserved. Not long after, many people all over the country started farming rice. The Japanese population increased abruptly, so people recognized rice as a revolutionary crop. Before rice farming, people lived by hunting. They moved around the country, but rice farming brought the settlement to Japan. People started gathering to grow rice, and they lived together in a village. Throughout Japan, there are many villages started at that time. Each village began to grow bigger and bigger. And finally, the most powerful and biggest village formed the Japanese first unified authority, Yamato Chōtei. Yamato Chōtei is the imperial court. A country governed by this Yamato Chōtei, Yama Taikoku. This is the foundation of Japanese society today. Since one country was built on rice farming, the development of a country could not be separated from development of engineering technology such as irrigation system or flood controlling system. In addition, in 701, the government made the tax system. Since then, rice was taxed. For feudal society, rice was the vital finance. Also, rice played the important role in developing entertainment. In the past, sumo, the Japanese national sport, was an event in spring to pray for the harvest of rice. Ninamisai and Taue Matsuri are festivals remaining today. There have been events in autumn to appreciate the god of rice for the harvest. Dengaku is a dance. It shows the movement of rice farmers or the story of rice farming. Many years passed, and now we move on to the modernization 1, the peak of rice farming. Japan had been closed to the world for more than 200 years, but in 1854, the American ship came to Japan, and it caused the opening of the country. Following this incident, Japan tried to be westernized in every way. One example is tax system. In 1873, the government changed the tax system. They started using money instead of rice. At that time, rice became a food from the tool of finance. So, rice farmer made an effort in improving the taste of rice by interbreeding. Interbreeding is one of the characteristics of rice farming. They interbreed many kinds of rice brand for many years, and now, as a result, we have a high quality of rice brand, such as Hoshi-gaki, Hino-hikari, Hitomebore, and Akita Komachi. Especially, Hoshi-gaki is a world agricultural heritage. It is grown in many countries like America, China, Italy, and Japan. However, there was a bad effect of modernization on farming. The way of farming was mechanized. The farming did not require the hand working anymore. Since then, the number of rice farmers decreased. Last is the modernization 2, the rice problem. During World War II, Japanese people faced the shortage of rice. But soon after the war ended, Japan reached the age of the radical growth, economic growth. It allowed people to have higher incomes and various food choices. When common people had these two, they did not return to the rice-based meal. So rice consumption started decreasing. Furthermore, in 1993, there was Heisei no Komesodo. Komesodo means rice incident. Heisei no means of Heisei era. It was triggered by the shortage of rice due to the unusual cold summer. The government decided to import rice from abroad, but this decision aroused the anger among rice farmers. They conducted a demonstration to alarm that if this importation would lead the liberalization of importation. This problem is still discussed today. In conclusion, as you see, rice was very important to make our society. But now, Japanese rice brand is in danger. I think rice is the symbol of Japanese culture. Rice is the jewel on the land. Let it keep shining in the future. Thank you for listening.
Does anyone have any questions?
Through the research for this presentation, we found many great points of Japanese food. Japan is a tiny land surrounded by the ocean, but these are disadvantages. Because of these disadvantages, Japan invented its own way to grow food, which happened to be high quality and outstanding. If you have an opportunity to come to Japan, please try our creative vegetable, fruit, and rice. You will absolutely love them. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
I would like to ask a question from each one of you. What is your favorite vegetable?
He wants to know what is favorite vegetables for me. I like tomatoes.
What is your favorite fruit?
Fruit. The question is, what is my favorite fruit? My favorite fruit is mikan. Yeah, mikan is like an orange. Yeah, mikan.
And how about you? What is your favorite rice?
Rice. I love Hoshi-gaki.
Does anyone have any question?
Is it possible to buy any of the Japanese fruits or vegetables here in the U.S.?
That's a good question, but I think it depends on store.
Asian market or some Japanese market, maybe you can buy any vegetables.
Thank you.
Does Japan genetically modify fruits and vegetables?
Modify. Does
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yes.
So, have you ever bought a watermelon that costs more than $1,000?
No. It's too expensive.
So, who buys those?
So I think rich foreigner, rich foreigner people. Does anyone have any question?
Nope. Thank you very much.